Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. One of the really beautiful, striking things that we learn from that great legacy of the Prophet of Allah, Musa alayhi salam, is that when he gets to Madian, when he's of course escaping Fir'aun and there's a threat that he might be murdered, he gets to Madian, and when he's in Madian, he finds these two young women and they're trying to water the sheep, but they're held back from doing that. And so there's of course, other men there watching their sheep and their animals, and these two young women are held back. And so Musa alayhi salam approaches them, and he says to them, "Ma khatbukuma, what is up with you two?" And they said to Musa that you were trying to water our sheep, our animals, and we can't because our father is an old man. He does it for us usually, but he's an old man. Therefore, we want to do it today. We have to do it, but we're at the back. We're held back. And then Allah in the Quran says, فَسَقَى لَهُمَا, He then watered the animals for them, the two. And then Allah says, ثُمَّ تُوَلَّ إِلَى الظِّلِّ, then He turned towards the shade. And He said this beautiful prayer. He said, فَقَال, He says, رَبِّ إِنِّي لِمَا أَنزَلْتَ إِلَيَّ مِنْ خَيْرٍ فَقِيرٌ, whatever, my Lord, whatever of good you send my way in life, I'm desperately in need of. There's beautiful things happening, in fact, in this incident, because number one, Musa alayhi salam, he was in the service of these individuals and helped them in life, in assisting them, in making things easy for them, in providing a service for them of assistance. And then, and this is even though, of course, he's worried about the fact that, people looking for him could catch him and find him and murder him, but still to be in the service of people was paramount. And then Allah says, then He turns towards the shade. And it's interesting because the scholars, they say this is a great reflection of sincerity, of ikhlas. Meaning he didn't hang around long enough to hear any thank you very much from these two. He wanted to move away from the incident as quick as he could, and just moved away towards the shade. And he didn't hang around long enough, for to be thanked and everything. And then check out his dua. What does he say? He says, my Lord, whatever goodness you send me, I'm desperately in need of. Beautiful. I'm faqir. I'm desperately in need of that, oh Allah. See, Allah, of course, gave him a situation where he could see that there's a potential reward in this. I could do something to aid somebody else. It's not on account of Musa alayhi salam that Musa could do so many great things. It's like us, for example, when Allah allows us to do something good, it's not because of who you are. It's not because of it's you and therefore this is why you're doing. No. Everything is a reflection of the grace and the mercy and the karam and generosity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to His servants. So always think like Musa alayhi salam, because when Musa alayhi salam did the good deed for these two young individuals, all right, then he turned towards the shade, kind of kept himself quiet, and then he says to Allah, look at the prayer, my Lord, whatever goodness you send my way, I'm desperately in need of. All of us are in desperate need of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All of us are dependent on Allah. Allah in the Quran says, Ya ayyuhan nas, antumul fuqara ila Allah. All of people, all of you are needy, poor and needy before Allah. And Allah is free of all need and full of all praise, but all of us are needy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so Musa, even though he is Musa, one of the 5 great messengers of Allah, Ul Azam, and beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah spoke with Musa alayhi salam, but still what does he say? My Lord, whatever goodness you send to me, I'm desperately in need of. So whenever you get a chance to do something good in life, never think it's because of you. Because never think like, this came my way because of how good I am. No. It's all a reflection of the grace of Allah to His servants, right? And anything Allah allows you to do, you're desperately in need of having that chance to do. It's not because of you, it's because of Allah's divine grace upon you. And you're in desperate need to be able to do something of goodness for something, for Allah, to serve people, in any goodness. You're desperately in need of that. I think we should all learn that dua of Musa alayhi salam, Rabbi inni lima anzalta ilayya min khairin faqir. My Lord, whatever goodness you send to me, I'm desperately in need of. It's a beautiful thing there. I asked one of our local scholars, in fact, about this ayah, about the way that, he doesn't say Rabbi inni faqir. He didn't say, oh Allah, I'm desperately in need. I'm desperately needy first. He didn't say that. He recognizes Allah's bounty first by saying, my Lord, whatever goodness you send me, meaning you're already sending me so many amazing things in life. Anything you send my way, I'm desperately in need of. Beautiful in terms of the ordering of the words and how the prayer comes across in the Quran. By saying, the first, of course, is recognition. Allah, of course, is always the doer of good to His servants. And anything you do have of goodness, you're desperately in need of anything Allah sends you as a chance for you, as an opportunity for you to do something of goodness in life. May Allah accept from all of us. May Allah always keep us in a state of humility and gratefulness and thankfulness to Allah for all of His blessings that we are completely undeserving of. But everything Allah does send us is a reflection of His divine grace and generosity and kindness. Allahumma ameen.